Now on food, it's more complex. On food, more difficult things to manage. Not to be sick, and we realize that we have our own food habits. So it's quite easy to feed ourselves in India. I had no problem of eating all the time, anywhere. A few problems with stomach, of course, mostly with chicken. This happened, diarrheas. I'm getting used a little bit. Also, there is a lot of food you can eat in the street. It's reasonably safe. I think safer in the street. You see the food preparation when you go to the restaurant. You don't see what's going on in the dark back kitchen. So I think almost as safe, if not safer, in the street. In the street, you can eat so many things, like pancakes and bread, available all the time. In the morning, the state of Bihar was eating cucumber that they peel and then cut in 4 pieces in a crust, and they pour salt and spice in it. So it makes a very nice breakfast, unusual breakfast, but very nice breakfast. Corn, grilled corn is also widespread. There are all sorts of nuts, cashew nuts that is available mostly on the Indian Ocean on the west side. Fruits is easily available on the street. Common fruit like bananas you will see on photos. Really easily available. This is in the street and train station. Also, they sell small things to eat, potato chips and cake, things like this. On the coast of India, thousands of kilometers, we find some fish, but Indian they don't eat that much fish. Although I think they are the first exporter of freshwater fish in the world. Eating in restaurant, also easy, although also there is some problem of reading menus when there are some. When there are menus, the alphabet, of course, is not our alphabet, so some menus are unreadable, and others they would be in English but incomprehensible because the name of the dishes is not at all familiar. So in addition to not knowing the dishes, the problem of language. And the problem of language extends to one name may be used for different dishes in different regions, and vice versa. One dish can have many names, different names, so all this can be a bit confusing. And the food is varied, and then finally it does not take too much time to get used to some local foods. It's easy also mostly in the morning, to eat in some hotels, or if there is a decent hotel in a town, in one place, maybe they will have buffet. It's common, so quite easy to eat in a buffet. You see the wide variety of food that is there, so there is no problem of choosing any. Indian food, immediately the tandoori chicken comes to mind, famous chicken, roasted, red, spicy, very nice. This is, of course, found in India. There is the naan bread that is also well known, very nice Indian bread, very popular also that we find in our restaurant, Indian restaurant all over the world. There are many in many places. It comes often with cheese on top. You will see some photos in the street. Some people baking this bread. It is very popular. Also impossible to think about Indian food without thinking about spice. They have an incredible variety of spices of all sorts of colors and smells. India was on the spice route, and that's what Columbus was looking for that route. So it has always been pricing these spices. Coming from India, there are so many that I don't know. There is some mixture, one mixture of spices. It's called masala. This is a name that is used widely. It may refer to a different mixture of spice according to availability and regions and perhaps religions. Coconut milk also is used quite widely in sauces and with meat, almonds, also cashews, the same, sesame seeds. And there is the famous chicken tikka masala also that is well known. You will see on photos on chicken barbecues. Outside, you see samosas. Samosas also quite popular. There are all kind of vegetable fritters. You will see on the photos. I don't know any name from now. You will see them on the photos. It's common to see in the streets. There is also some dishes made of yogurt in cucumber. Tomatoes. So you have sauces of different color, white sauces, and red sauces, yellow sauces, with some lentil. Other than this, there's a chapati that is also well known. That's the everyday bread, a bit crusty, flat, thin, made of whole wheat, quite tasty. You can eat with almost anything. But it's the rice that is the staple food, basic food. Comes in different kinds. There are different kinds, different shapes of rice, different sizes, different colors, great variety of rice. And one that is prized is the biryani. Biryani is quite yellowish, spicy, perfume rice that is sold, I think, all over the world. And there is the famous doze. It's kind of resembles a pancake. It has the taste of a wafer. It's a large pancake. There is one photo on this video of this pancake. We find it easily in almost all over India. There are also the fried cake, also fried sweet that I have not really tasted. Also the pancake. One is pancake and one has the form of a donut. It's like a donut actually, but it's made of vegetable donut. It's quite pasty and heavy, has the same form as the same shape as the donut. This also very common. We mentioned lassi also that I eat often not only in India, but in neighboring India. It's prepared with yogurt, eaten in the morning. Base of yogurt, added, what fruit is added, grain, some raisin, some honey. In Nepal, it's very common, and also I've had it up to the south of India. So if you're not completely vegetarian, Jainist, if you can eat yogurt, this is a very nice meal in the morning. But the dal, the yellow lentil is also quite something in India. It's always there with sauce, made as a sauce. And, well, I must not forget the curry. How can I talk about food in India without curry? Curry is found everywhere. They make all sorts of dishes with it, all sorts of vegetarian dishes, so like cauliflower curry, carrot curry, or just name it. Everything can be made with curry. And every kind of meat also can come with curry, chicken, fish, anything. So curry everywhere. Also talking about India, it's impossible to not mention the red spot that the women are wearing on their front between their eyes. It's red, reddish, going to the yellowish. It's made of mixture of saffron and camphor. Sometimes they will add some perfume, like a sandalwood, to this point. In Sanskrit, it means a point that has particular properties. It's considered the seat of mental concentration and the seat of hidden wisdom. So it's very important in Hinduism. It's like for Christian wearing a cross. It's sort of an identity that brings you to a set of rituals. Also indicate a place where the spiritual eyes, whatever it is, open. All our thoughts and actions are supposed to be run at this place. So this point is very important in Hinduism, and it is widely one. Before, I think, if we go back in history, it was a sign of being married. But now it is worn as much by girls as married women. There is a ritual how Hindus begin to apply this red spot. They do it with a few grains of rice. Anyway, there is a ritual there, and associated with that, there is a string of flowers with the ritual. It's a sign also, a further sign of respect and honor to the deities, and it's a welcoming sign. Otherwise, the positive sign, also a kind of symbol of feminine energy. And symbol of protection of women against their husband. As I said, different colors and shape. In addition to the point, this point, we can mention also many Hindu women. They wear a ring in their nose, a nose ring, or a small diamond on the nose. This is also very popular. It's first of all a jewelry, and it's also a kind of symbol of purity, purity and conformity and intuition, maybe. A couple of words about cultural traditions regarding the use of the left hand. That is very important in developing countries. And it's also true, very true in Arab countries, Muslim countries, but also true largely in India. It's left hand is not considered to be very pure. Women usually they wear the long sari, so there's a kind of yes, not the same culture as here as regard clothing. The women in India, they cover their legs, for instance, and if they venture to go to the sea for a swim, they keep their clothes on. So there's a big difference there between Indian women and our women. Actually, Indian women have a long way to catch up with the kind of rights that the women in the West have. We're still talking about a country that practice genital mutilation quite widely. A country where marriage is arranged or forced. A country where women are regularly beaten. And so on. So they have a long way, and if history is of any use, any lesson we can draw from history is that Indian women will have to fight for themselves to get all these rights, right to divorce, and so on and so on. That is not so advanced. Impossible to talk about India without mentioning yoga. Yoga is very popular in India. It has its origin. In India, you will see some photos of yogists. One is standing on one leg, and we see other yogists in bizarre postures. Yoga is not one school, but there are many different disciplines and many different teaching of yoga. We probably get on our side more commercial yoga than what it is really. Yoga doesn't go very well with modern life, just as Buddhism requires a more quiet life, less stress, and more peaceful life, more silent life. Yes, you will see on photos some guys frozen like statues, and